the first-time buyer of a World War II Jeep ends up buying the first thing or the most readily available vehicle that he finds. And oftentimes, that's not the best way to go. However, it's kind of how we fall into it. I mean, we're doing this not because we just decide it's a sentimental attachment. I mean, we've liked the Jeep, you like the looks of it, you like the style of it, you've got some kind of attraction to it. You're not into Corvettes, so you end up finding one. Oftentimes, you buy that vehicle, and that's what you start with. The second vehicle you buy, oftentimes you do a little more homework, and you might start out with something a little bit nicer to do the restoration with. But oftentimes, if you're looking at a vehicle for restoration, you may not want to get something just because it runs. Oftentimes, getting an engine running or rebuilding an engine is actually an easy part of it. You may look at a body and say the body is definitely shot, and that's often the case. The body is one of the first things to go. If the body is usable, fixable, in very good condition, the whole vehicle is usually in pretty good condition, because after all, the sheet metal is one of the first things to rot out on any type of vehicle. Engines, drive lines can be replaced, can be rebuilt, castings can be bored out, engines can be, honed and bored and cranks turned, and all those things, although sometimes they look bad, engines stuck, engines froze up, oftentimes they're a little easier to fix than is the sheet metal body. So if you can find a good body, that's great. If you know the body's shot, then it would be nice to have a frame that's not shot. Preferably, you don't want all three. A running gear that's in poor shape, a frame that's been welded on, snow plowed, cracked, bent, and also a body that's rotted out. Those vehicles can be restored, but they take a lot more parts, a lot more time, a lot more effort, and your end result is going to be a little bit more money. If you can choose a couple of solid parts, you're normally going to find a bad body. If you can find a good frame or a good running gear that's rebuildable. Good running gear does not necessarily mean it runs. Many engines that run need to be rebuilt anyhow. They're already smoking, they've got rod knocks, they need to be rebuilt anyway. So just because an engine runs is not necessarily a good indication that it's a good candidate for restoration. Don't be afraid to tackle such a restoration. If you're involved in a military vehicle club, you've got friends that are helping you out. When you start working on a military Jeep, all kinds of friends and buddies will come out of the woodwork when they see what you're doing, because the Jeep seems to be one of those vehicles that, just attracts all kinds of people when they see something being worked on. Your neighbors and family are going to find out you're working on it. They're going to want to know how it's going. They're going to help you. They're going to come over, put them to work. Join one of the military vehicle clubs in your area. Ask those guys for their help, their advice, and you can have a lot of fun, and you can share tools, share experiences, share assistance in fixing different parts of your body or your complete vehicle that need to be rebuilt. So you'll not only get yourself a nice vehicle done, but you can have a lot of fun, and you'll meet a lot of new people in so doing. So don't be afraid to try it.